Well, after a couple of weeks off for the holidays, GLIAC basketball was back in session for the first time in 2014. 6 conference games took place in the UP tonight in 3 different locations. We begin at NMU, where Troy Matson's Lady Wildcats took on the Tiffin Dragons. Northern led by 20 points at the half. In the second half, the Cats picked up right where they left off. Brooke Coonan hits the jumper in the paint. That put the Cats up by 21. The other way for Tiffin, Carly Mast draws the double team, and she finds Bree Nauman open down low for the easy bucket. Northern shot 54% from the floor in the game, and here's part of the reason why. Naya Makala, shot clock winding down. She drives baseline and gets the reverse lay-in off the glass to go. Makala finished with 12 points. After a Dragons miss, here come the Cats in transition. Alyssa Kola finds Allison Matkovich wide open on the far side. Matkovich makes the easy lay-in. Alyssa Kola led all scorers with 17 points to go along with 6 assists. As the Wildcats win big over Tiffin 79-55, NMU is now 5-0 in conference play. To the scoreboard, the Michigan Tech Lady Huskies are also now 5-0 in conference play after a 12-point win at home tonight over Ohio Dominican. The Huskies were led by Mackenzie Pertu with 12 points. Danielle Blake and Kylie Moxley both had 11 for Tech. In the Sioux, Lake State defeated Lake Erie 49-37. Raven Trammell led the Lakers in scoring off the bench with 19 points. Back to the highlights, the NMU men's basketball team also took on Tiffin at the Berry Events Center. Early first half, game tied at 2. The Dragons on the attack. Ashton Kahn takes it coast to coast, and the lefty uses his strong hand to put Tiffin up by 2 points. Later in the half, NMU on the attack, trying to score against the Dragons' 2-3 zone. Justin Newell shoots from downtown, and he drills it. That put the Cats up 9-6 after a miss by Tiffin. NMU on the move. Ethan Blackwell, all of 5 feet 7 inches, but that didn't stop him from taking on a couple of defenders and making a tough lay-in. Bill Saul's team had a 5-point lead. The Cats took control of the boards early and often off the NMU miss. Marcus Hall, there he is, was there for the board plus the putback. And Northern Michigan puts an end to their 7-game winless streak with a 15-point win over Tiffin. It was also NMU's first conference win of the season. Congrats to Bill Saul and the boys. Also victorious tonight, Michigan Tech. Kevin Luke's squad defeated Ohio Dominican by 2 touchdowns at the SDC. Tech had 4 players in double figures, led by Austin Armga with 17. Lake State took care of Lake Erie 83-66. The Lakers also had 4 players score in double figures, led by Derek Billing with 22 points and 6 boards. So between all 3 UP schools in the GLIAC, counting both men's and women's hoops, the UP went 6-0 tonight. How's that for UP power? To high school hoops we go. Negaunee, Escanaba met for the 2nd time this season. This time the game in Delta County. Tyler Jandren, well, he doesn't really care where he plays these days. He balls out every night. Jandren here hits the floater in the lane, and Negaunee led early 2-0. The Miners led 12-2, but the Eskimos would stop the bleeding here. Brandon Robinette's bounce pass was on the money to Tyler Hardwick for the reverse bucket. Negaunee's lead was trimmed down to 8. The Eskimos continued to chip away at that lead thanks to a little defense here as Hardwick would, coming up, pick the pocket right there of Tyler Jandren, and despite Zane Radloff on his trail, Hardwick gets the bucket to fall at the rim. We still stay with the play. Negaunee gets the ball down the court quickly, as we know, and they would score another bucket. Tyler Windahl floats it and fills it. Negaunee led 21-8 after 1. The Miners would go on to win the game tonight by 20 points. Eric Laurie led Negaunee and all scores, for that matter, with 21. Back to the boards. Gladstone 8 better than Mid-Penn tonight. Jared Hunter had 25 for Gladstone. Evan Winkelbauer scored 21 in a loss for Mid-Penn. Lance wins at Calumet 49-30. Hancock wins by double digits over Chassell 62-44. In Felch, it was the home team, North Dickinson 58, and the visiting team, West Iron County 44. Lake Linden Hubble's Tyler Roos had led all scorers with 19 as the Lakes win big at home. And Baraga, the Vikings, pick up a road W at Jeffers. Back to the highlights we go. Iron Mountain traveled up to West Ishpeming tonight to take on the Westwood Patriots. Early first quarter off the Iron Mountain turnover. Here come the Pats. The Luke-to-Luke connection goes to work. Luke Gray to Luke Woods for 2, and Westwood led by 2. The Patriots tried to pressure the Mountaineers full court to court, I should say, but that didn't faze IM one bit. Brock Grenier takes it to the rim all the way for 2. That tied the game at 4. Later, Grenier would once again break the Westwood full court press. Instead of shooting, he passes it. Jacob Tommen was there for 2. He hits it. Timeout Westwood. Ryan Rico, judging by that reaction, not very happy. Coach Rico would turn that frown upside down a short time later. as Luke Woods uses the glass to his advantage for the deuce. Give Justin Luke a helper on the play. This game went down to the wire, and the Mountaineers would hold on for the 6-point win over Westwood. Another boys hoops tonight. Forest Park wins at Waters Meet by 27 points. In a shootout at Kearney Nadeau, the host Wolves 13 better than the visiting Bark River Harris Broncos 85-72. Munising had 4 players in double figures, led by Ben Stasiewicz with 21, as the Mustangs get by Big Bay Denok 73-54. Just one girls' game on the docket this evening. Ishpeming, Norway, mid-pen contest was a good one. First quarter, the Hematites get things going on defense. Jessica Spencer comes up with the rock. Kaylee Engler finishes on the other end. Engler had 17 points in the game, and Ishpeming led by 2. Later, Norway on the attack. Leah Madsen rattled her shot in and out. Jordan Kramer, a recent JV call-up, tracks down the ball and puts it up and in and tied the game at 2. More from Kramer a short time later. Instead of shooting the rock, she kicks it out to JC Ball for the long 2. And Norway had a 7-6 lead. Ishpeming, though, will go right back to one of their top players. Jessica Spencer couldn't hit her first shot, but she fights the rebound and gets her second shot to fall, part of 18 points for Miss Spencer in the game, as the Hematites would go on to win it 63-41 over Norway. One more score to squeeze in. The Finlandia Lions women's b-ball team won game number 4 this season, 65-51 in Appleton over Lawrence.